Hello guys, um, this is Angel and you're watching Angel's Way of Adventure. In my previous fishing, I always buy this kind of lure. It costs me a lot. Like this one, it cost me about $14. Like this one, 14 Canadian dollars. And this one is $11. And this one is 13 $13. So I always lose a lot of this during fishing, snag on the bottom of the ocean or on the shore, and sometimes on the tree if you are not lucky, and on the weeds. Gotta lose a lot of this, and it causes me a lot. So what I'm gonna do today, I'm going to make a mold so that I can just replicate this and then make my own lure. So I'm not gonna spend a lot of money buying this kind of stuff. Just pretty simple. And what I'm going to use is this Alumilite high strength 3 liquid mold making rubber, extremely flexible. Yeah. This mold, this rubberized mold, it's a rubberized or silicone they called it. It can replicate all the features from this fish, this lure. We just remove the eyes so that the eye hole will be remained like that. So let's get started. So these are the things that we need. Of course, we need a model lure like this one. See, it's beautiful lure, and this one too. But first, I'm going to make this one first. And of course, our modeling clay needs to be soft like that one, and a black, a small brush to clean it out, a scriber or scalpel like that one, and a bed knife, a weighing scale, a small one just like this one that doesn't work. Don't know why. Oh, maybe when it put down on the table it will work. Let's see. Yeah, it worked, and it's okay. And then of course a small tube to flatten the clay, and the very important thing is the Alumilite high strength 3. Sorry for the focus of my camera. And a small sticks, we will put it on the breather where the bubble go up, and also the pouring hole. That's it. So let's get started. Let's put it aside first to make a room for our mold making process. First, I'm going to flatten the clay using the tube, and then trace the black like that. And now we're going to trace our model lure. Place it on the right spot, and then just remove some excess clay so that we can put it halfway. Do not put it through. Just half of the lure is sticking out and the other half is within the clay like that. And make sure it is clean so that when you pour a rubberized mold, it will not capture by the mold. Then make sure that the pouring hole is in there, and the breather, that is the small stick that we use, and then press it so that no one will escape from that one. Now we're going to weigh the Alumilite high strength 3. The scale is 1:10, 10 parts of the rubber and 1 part of the catalyst.
Then mix it well, and then shake it and remove the bubbles by using lighter. And then the technique for pouring it so that the bubbles will not stick on your model lure, just pour it very slowly. Take your time, just very slow, and make sure that there's no bubble sticking on your model. And you need to pour it a thin, like that one, just thin, do not pour it too much. And if you cover the model, you can pour it all out. And then just pop the bubble out using a stick or lighter.
After 3 hours, I'm gonna remove this. It's hard. We're just going to remove the clay like that. See? And I'm gonna clean a little bit. I need a brush. Where's the brush? Brush, brush, brush 3 times a day. Need a hard brush. Where are you? This one. So now we have the first piece, the first half of the piece. We're gonna remove it from the mold that we made. Not that one, this one. I hope it doesn't have any bubbles in it. Yeah, I think it's good. See, inside it's pretty perfect in here. Just need to remove some impurities and remove it. As easy as that. Doesn't stick to the black. I'm gonna trim it out and make the other piece. So I need a scissor for this. I'm just going to remove the blocks in here. By cutting it with the scissor. Just cleaning it out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is make a cut in here and in here, but not going through the main mold. To make a small locator. I think I'm just gonna cut like this, just a square or rounded, but the square is pretty easy to make. Like that cut, and I'm going going to make another one in here. Like these two, and one in the other side. Oops, that's pretty big. And because when I pour the other half, it will enter here, and that will serve as a locator when we put it together. So we just need to put back all what we remove from there, but first we need to put it back here in the black, like that. Make sure that there is no hole like this. I cut it and there's a hole in there, and it is possible to enter the hole, the silicone that we're going to use. It will pour out, not a good thing. So we're just gonna put it back, just clean it a little bit so that the detail. Gonna put a Vaseline on the rubber, but not here on the model. Just be very careful with it. But first I'm gonna melt some of the Vaseline. Just melt it so that when you apply it, it is thin and easy to apply. Make it even like that. Then I'm just gonna wait. They say this is, when you're using this, the ratio is 1:10 according to the weight, and I didn't what do you call, follow that, because the work time, they said it's 45 minutes and 18 hours to demold, but when you do that 1:10, it will harden so fast. I think this is not accurate. I'm just gonna pour this thing. This is the catalyst. This will make the rubber hard. I put 75. I will just put 5.5 so that it will not going to get hardened too fast. That's it. And when I'm mixing it, I'm just mixing it slowly so that the bubbles will not mix with it too much. I don't need to degas it because I don't have a time for that. And pinch this, and what I do is I just slowly pouring it out, and not too much because I need to see if there's a bubbles going on the body. I'm just pouring it out like this so that I'm making sure that the bubbles will not stick on our model like that. Then there's a bubbles, we can just remove it and then pour the rest of the silicone. See, there's a bubbles in it like that. We need to remove it first by popping it. I'm just gonna pop it and make sure there's no bubbles that is stick to the surface of our model. And if there's a small one, just pop it out. And it's pretty easy to see if there's a bubbles in it. So now we can pour all of it now. Make sure to cover all the part of the model. See, it's going to get thicker. When you put a lot of catalyst in it, you will just work for it so about 5 minutes and it's done. You cannot use it anymore. That's why I'm reducing the catalyst so that I can work a longer time with it. See, it's starting to harden. Getting hard now. You can always reduce the catalyst so that what do you call it, you can work with it for a longer period of time. And we're just gonna wait for about 3 hours to finish it up. So that's it. We're just gonna wait for it until it finish. So now it is settled down and it's hardened already. We need to remove it. So let's do it. Now I'm going to use this stainless steel snail wire. This is a 0.8 millimeter wire. I'm just going to bend it for the hook eye like that and put it on the mold. It is a true wire, and then cover the mold with the other piece, other half of it like that. And let's put a black on it. Okay, let's set it aside. And now we're going to measure the epoxy resin that we're going to mold in there. I'm just going to make at least 12 grams or 10, maybe 10 is enough. Yeah, make it 12. And this is a 2 parts epoxy resin with 2A, that's a part A, and 1 part B. I'm making 6 grams out of this part B. And then just stir it well to mix it. And then I'm gonna put it on the hot water so that the bubbles will evaporate. Excuse. And then pop the bubbles with the lighter. Like that. Just wait until all the bubbles will come up and then pop it with the lighter. And when it's okay, we need to put the micro balloons. This is the Alumilite micro balloons. It will serve as the buoyancy for our lure. Because when it's pure epoxy, it will drop down under the water. It's too heavy. So we need to put some of this to make it buoyant. Excuse. Then just mix it. Like that. Be patient so that you will mix it well with the epoxy. Sometimes they mix it one part and then mix the micro balloons, and then the two part mix the micro balloons and then mix it together, and then we pour it on. So now it is settled and the resin are hard enough. We're gonna demold it, and I make another one, the bigger lure. I make this one, and it is thick. The band is thick on the resin. And just remove the blocks from it, and let's see how it's going. Oh, it's perfect. See, it's pretty nice. Let's pop it out and just break the spool. See, the micro balloons are on the top and on the bottom are the epoxy resins. As you can see, the eye hole and the gills and the scales are copied perfectly. Let's set it aside and see this one. What happened to this one? And it stick a little bit, but we can just remove it by separating the two mold. It's kinda a little bit hard, but it will pop out soon. Yeah, I'm looking at it and it seems to be pretty. Yeah, I think it's good. Nice. Yes, this is so nice. Let's pop it out. Pop it. It's kind of hard. It's take a little bit because it's the first time that I use it. And as you can see, the eye hole and the gills and some of the scales are copied. Perfect. We're just gonna cut the spool out of it. This one is a little bit heavier than the original. We don't have to put a weight on it because the resins are heavy and it's a little bit soft. And this one is perfect. I'm just gonna trim the spool and clean the hook eye for that. See, you don't need to uh what do you call it, it's perfect. This one too, just trim out the spools and that's it. Turns out to be very nice. See this too, we're just gonna paint it and that's it. And see this one is the copy from this original one, and this is the original, and that is the copy. And this one I made this with this original lure. I just paint it and put something, color it, and put a pin like that. It's a sticker, it's 3D sticker. And I made the eye, it's 3D eye also. I made that. I will show you on my next video how to make a 3D eye for the fish. And all in all, it turns out to be good. I don't need to buy a lot and it's cheap. And I copy my two favorite lures using this Alumilite high strength 3 thin base silicone rubber for mold making. It's not that they call it expensive, it's cheap, but you can make a lot of it. Use it over and over again and you can make a lot of lures. And this one too, it's the Alumilite micro balloons. It's used for the buoyancy of our lure. We don't have to put a weight in it. Our lures are buoyant now because it stay on the top, and on the base are the resin like this. See? And so far so good. So that's it. I hope you enjoy the video and learn from it, so you cannot spend a lot of money out of making buying some expensive